Hello, welcome to the Unscripted Pause. So, I kind of want to talk about anxiety today. I struggle a lot with anxiety, a lot. And and for those of you that don't know this, I also have a phobia that also does not play well with my anxiety. And the thing about anxiety, which I think probably I didn't look up a stat, but I would venture to say that most people suffer with some type of anxiety. And I think for me, anxiety is like my body saying like something's bothering you, something's not right, you're stressed, like it's like an alarm. It's like in a system. It's like it's trying to tell me something. Um, but I usually don't respond well to the alarm. And so I've been reading this book and just talking somewhat about anxiety and equating it to like a smoke alarm, which is a good thing. Smoke alarms are good things. But what the author was saying is that sometimes you're cooking, right? And there's some smoke and your smoke alarm goes off. But you don't go running out of your house because your smoke alarm. You're not like calling the fire department, running out of your house. You're not panicking because the smoke alarm has gone, because you know why it's going off. And so you can respond to it as opposed to what the author says is reacting. I have a tendency to react. And so I'm trying to really be mindful of that. And so I'm going to share what my phobia is, because what I have found as I've gotten older is that it helps to actually say what it is. Now, my phobia is called emetophobia. It has a name because all phobias do. Emetophobia is the fear of, see, I almost can't even say it. It seems because so I'm about to say it seems ridiculous. My therapist has helped me to stop saying that, right? And being negative. But it's kind of silly, but it's a fear of vomit, fear of myself vomiting and a fear of others vomiting. Is way more so about others vomiting for me, although I do not like to vomit and I will do everything to prevent it from happening. But sometimes, you gotta do what you gotta do. So, but then I'm usually upset after. It's so silly. I'm usually crying after I vomit. Isn't that the silliest? It's kind of funny to say that aloud. But my phobia really is more so about others. It really is a real serious thing for me. And I've had it for as long as I can remember. Like I don't remember a time not feeling anxiety around it and the fear that it could happen. And so, as I've gotten older, the thing about getting older is that you kind of start to recognize when things can happen. And then I start thinking, oh, this can really happen. People can vomit anytime, anywhere. And I was like, oh. But what I have found is that it has really helped me to make it known. It has much less power and control over me. And sometimes, like I can remember a time Tommy and I were going out to dinner. I sometimes it does affect me a lot of times in restaurants, especially if there are kids around, because kids they don't really know when they're going to vomit. Sometimes it just happens. So I sometimes struggle with the restaurants, not as much as I used to. And so Tommy and I were going out with my niece, one of my nieces, and her husband. This was years ago. And the restaurant was really, it was a popular restaurant. It was really crowded, and I could feel my anxiety just was building. So we get inside, we get our table. The first thing I say, now my niece knows. I didn't doubt her husband knew, but the first thing I say is like, okay, I just need to say this. I'm feeling really anxious. and feeling really anxious. That in and of itself helped me quite a bit just to say I was feeling anxious. I didn't have to say why I was feeling anxious, but just saying it aloud with people that I trusted disabled it somewhat. Now, I will say I also did have a glass of wine. Maybe that's not the go to. Maybe that shouldn't be the go to. But I was like, let me just have a glass of wine to kind of relax me. But saying it a lot of talking about it a lot of times really does help me. And my family knows now, like, and they'll be like, can I say it? Can I be like, you can say the word, you can say vomit, you can say puke, you can say you can say the word. I can say the words. For I can't talk about it for too long though. But what I also have learned over time is, and with the help of my therapist, is to not beat myself up over it. That was huge. I was really beating myself up over it. Because in my head, my intellectual side says it's ridiculous to have a phobia about a bodily function that sometimes people have no control over. How you gonna be fearful and upset about that? And I would be so hard on myself. And the problem is that, like, if it did happen, and here's the other thing, it's like, how often do you see that happen, Diane? Not that often, but the times I've seen it are I can remember, I can like pull them up. I know, because then I become obsessed over it, and then I ruminate on it. Girl, anxiety and this whole phobia thing, these two things together are no joke. So this is since we've been here in Houston, so it's been within the past 9 years. Tommy and I were going to a hotel. This is on like Christmas Eve. We were like trying to try a new tradition, staying at a hotel overnight, waking up in a hotel on Christmas Day, staying here in Houston, right? And we were staying at a hotel that was near the mall, like the huge mall, a mall here. And we were like going to walk around. We were going to have dinner, and then so it was going to be lovely, a new little lovely tradition for us. Okay. In the mall, someone had gotten sick. I didn't see it happen, um, but I saw it. Um, and that was it. The anxiety was done. Like, I had no chance to even like try to talk myself down or calm myself down. Because once I see it, it used to be, it's like, I'm done, done. And then I'm ruminating on it. Y'all learning so much about me on these videos. Then I'd ruminate about it. So what I've learned to do is, one, not beat myself up over it, right? And to say like, okay, or if we go somewhere and I start feeling anxious, and so then it's like, okay, why am I feeling anxious? Okay, is somebody coughing a lot? Like, if somebody's coughing a lot, that throws me. Child, the things that go on in this head of mine. So somebody's coughing a lot. So I'll be like, okay, it's okay. And it'll be okay even if somebody throws up here, right? It will be fine. I will not die from I I will not die. I will not pass out, even though sometimes I feel like I might pass out because the anxiety is so high. My heart is pounding. It's like, okay, you're okay. You ain't gonna pass out. You ain't gonna die. You'll be okay. And because I want to be like, oh, I hope they're okay. And it's like, so think more about the other person. First of all, nobody wants to get sick in public. Don't nobody want that. So like, think about that person. Like, oh, I like, one, I hope they're okay. Two, like, oh, I feel bad. Like, I hope they don't beat themselves over the fact that they just got sick in public, right? And then I try not to beat myself up over. I try not to beat them up, right? Because as an adult, you sometimes think like, how you not know? Okay, how you not know you's about to be sick? Dear Lord, please don't ever let me get in a position where, okay. So I have to stop beating myself up, and I had to stop beating them up. and just saying like it's okay. And if I feel anxious, like it's okay that I'm feeling anxious. Like it's okay that I don't like that. Nobody likes it. I've never heard anybody say that they like throwing up, that they like seeing anybody else. Like so it's okay. This is reasonable and that's okay. And it's just like and go on about my day, right? And but it's work. It's work. And so that anxiety, that anxiousness that comes over, whether you have a phobia, whether because it's not just I don't just suffer from anxiety related to my phobia. I just suffer from anxiety. And it's like, okay, okay, you don't have to like, it's okay, Diane. I don't have to let this get the best of me. So if you're like a person like me who suffers from anxiety, like you can, if you know how to talk yourself down, lovely. If you are with people that you trust, hopefully you can say, like, I'm feeling really anxious right now. Because sometimes I can't, you may not know exactly, but sometimes it really does disarm it somewhat if I'm able to say to someone, like, I'm feeling anxious. And as much as I try not to leave a situation like I used to a lot, like just like skedaddle. I just said skedaddle, like just leave a situation. I try not to do that, right? Because that's letting the anxiety and the phobia win and control me. Because now I'm like no, I'm not leaving. Um, I've got much better about flying. Like I don't mind flying at all anymore. And it used to be, I can't fly because I can't escape. Like I need to be able to escape, and you can't escape on a plane. Um, but I don't know that I've ever encountered anybody get sick on a plane. I know it happens, so that's what my mind says. It happens and it can't happen. And so try to talk yourself down. Try to Oh, let me also just say this. Like, I am not giving medical advice here. I am not psychoanalyzing. I am not giving therapeutic mental health advice. This is just some things that I've done that I found have helped me. And so, sharing it with someone that you trust, talking yourself down, trying to think about how do you want to respond as opposed to just kind of reacting, right? And just going off of what I'm like, boom. But just take a breath, pausing, breathing. Take a breath and say, okay, how do I want to respond to this? And just like talking to yourself is super helpful to think about how you would respond to somebody else if they just told you if they were feeling what you were feeling. Because we're so kind. We're so kind and gentle to other people. At least I hope y'all are. So kind and gentle to other people. We have so much grace for other people. And we don't give that to ourselves. So give yourself some grace around the anxiety. Think about how you want to respond to it, which means you have to pause and take a breath. Sometimes just getting fresh air has a huge help for me. Huge help for me if I'm starting to feel anxious. Fresh air. And just, sharing it with people. Don't be afraid to share because people that you love and trust will take that in and try to be like, what do you need from me? How can I help? How can I assist you? How can I help you talk yourself down? So yeah, really, I could probably go on and on about anxiety. I could probably talk about it for probably 5 more videos. I won't. But yeah, so that's just a little talk about anxiety, hopefully some helpful hints. Um, and I always try to share a story. I try to have a story if I'm going to talk about things that can help. And so I hope hearing my story was helpful. All right. Until next time, thank you for watching and listening. And until next time, be well.